Good evening from Vietnam. Good morning to you, Sofia. Thanks a lot for spending your morning on the holiday, joining our inside sharing and share your life stories to our global audience. And on behalf of the listeners around the world, we want to say thank you.
Thank you for contacting me and making me come here to share my story.
And Sofia, over the past 3 years, we interviewed over 1,000 experts in 69 countries. Never got one in Chile or from Chile. So today you are the one who make us reach the milestone of the 70th country. Thank you very much for making it happen for us. Okay.
Thank you.
And this conversation today is all about you, the journey that leading you to what you are doing today, and the beautiful TED Talk that you share to help people to slow down in the world, their life, and start to see the world a little differently. I think that is a very big idea that you share. It's really worth sharing, and thanks for sharing that to the global audience.
Yeah, well, it's an idea that it's been working for a long time. I mean, I've been working it inside myself. Like it's been an introspective ride. And yeah, it was at one point that many friends were identifying with this kind of idea, and I saw that TEDx was coming to Chile, and I just said, well, I guess my idea could be worth sharing.
And it's absolutely worth sharing. This conversation, we're gonna dive in deeper onto the journey that leading to that. Okay,
Mhm.
and for a little taste of our culture in Asia, it's very honor for our audience to have you to do a little introduction of who you are, the work you are doing now. Please do that for us.
Okay. Well, who am I? Well, it's a big question. I've done a lot of different courses regarding leadership and personal background identification, whatever. And everybody tells you that what you are, it's not exactly your profession or or where you have your title. So if I had to say who am I, well, I'm Sophia. I'm someone that is very passionate for helping people. I'd say that's my biggest passion in my life. I'd say my life's purpose is hoping to touch different lives with insights that I could have or with my journey that I'm learning along the way. And specifically, what am I? Well, I'm a lawyer and executive coach. Right now, I'm working as a lawyer in a law firm here in Chile, and like in the same sense, I'm working in different projects with my sister. We're creating a podcast, so that's our time of the week that we need to spend together. It's been a good idea because now we have like a reason to see each other because we live separately. Um, I am creating some a digital platform that's working, like that's still it's being under construction, so I can say a lot about it. I've been working with different people, doing lots of going to speaking events. It's been a fun ride since I did the TEDx talk,
Mm.
and yeah, I'm trying to fulfill my life purpose, which is helping people. Like that's my biggest goal in life.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer of the law of attraction, and that's somehow so many YouTube video out there on my running track. I run into your TED Talk, and I say, okay, it's a very big idea that you share, and from your own experience, and it's very important you share that own experience for other people to see and to reflect into the life. Okay, so this conversation is designed to unveil the whole thing, and. And you share about yourself in only less than 3 minutes of the time. It's not fair for our audience, Sophia. So we're gonna travel time. Let's figure it out from the beginning. Okay.
Okay,
So
from the beginning.
when I was little, I always wanted to become an astronaut. So from Vietnam, and wanting to become an astronaut is like a dream. It never happened, and life didn't give me any opportunity to make it happen also, except the fact that I was able to interview the youngest man who ever walked on the moon, so General Charlie Duke, and that's a privilege. So for Sophia, when you was little, what was your dream about yourself, the works you're gonna do in the future though?
Mhm. Well, I'd say when I was little, I always wanted to, well, it's, I don't know. I think it's very like classical for kids to want to be an actor or want to be like a singer or want to be a performer. And that started to turn into a different kind of performing act, I'd say, which was helping people. And how I thought I would help people would be through law, specifically trying to find justice for people that couldn't have a voice for themselves. So, to be honest, from an early age, I always wanted and I always dreamed of being somehow the voice of people that don't have one. And that's why I got into law specifically. Although I don't work like in that kind of law, meaning litigation, etc. I do a lot of pro bono work for cases that are like family law cases, and that's where my purpose comes along, which is helping people that don't have voices. In this case, people that need help with family issues, everything related to like separations from parents, etc. Um, and I guess it's been has the my purpose has changed throughout the years because I wanted to be a singer and now I'm a lawyer and TEDx speaker. But um, if you wrap around everything, I think I kind of fulfilled a little bit my 8-year-old dream because
Mm.
I've been helping people through my voice.
Wow.
And yeah, I guess that's my very initial journey, like from an early age. Then after the road came, different stuff came along the road, and well, things changed.
Sophia, at 8 years old, I want a candy for myself. I don't want to share my candy for anyone else. Things like that. Just kidding. I'm just making that as a story to share with you. But then at 8 years old, you had the dream to become the voice for the people, to help people through the works that you could do in any way. What happened back then that made you to have that big dream for the little 8 years old girl?
I'd say maybe if I think back, maybe it was the fact that I had a little sister and I wanted to really protect her. And I was always there, like saying, like, "Are you okay? Do you feel okay? Do you want me to talk to dad to tell him that you want to go? I don't know, wherever." And like, if my friends ever needed something, I'd be like, "How can I help you?" I'd say that's why when I was so young, I wanted to be that person. Well, because I really wanted to be someone that people could rely on, if you'd say
Mm.
so.
Wow, wow. And how your school years? How was them? How was it?
Um, everything went normally. Well, right now, I've started to realize that I have this kind of formula to like
Ah.
pursue my dreams that I'm gonna share with you, which is I look for opportunities, or I find opportunities. I go for them and then I work towards them if I already have them. And I'd say that I've done that for a long time, like since I don't know if since I was born, but I've always been the kind of person that when I receive an opportunity, I always try and grab it and just
Mm.
go for it and then work towards it. Um, and that has been basically the development of my life because I was a national volleyball player, then I got into law. Like everything has been like I get an opportunity, I analyze it, and it's like, is this going to help me get from A to B? If it's going to help me to get from A to B, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to try and fulfill it. And well, what I realized is that I since I was very young, I had fulfilled all these formula, but I never enjoyed all the
Ah.
process. And that's the point where I said, well, I'm fulfilling my dreams, but am I really enjoying the process towards the dream, or am I just focusing on the end result?
I want to bring you to the moment that your counselor brought you to the room and say, "Okay, you're so tall." And then she found it's a she, right? Was it she? Your
Yeah,
counselor.
yeah, yeah. It was a she. It was a
Yeah, she
she. It was a
found
teacher.
that a sport that might be a community that might suit you. So bring us back to that moment, please.
Well, as I said in my TEDx talk, I never really felt, I'm really tall. I'm 6 foot, like that's 6'1" maybe. That's like in inches, I mean in feet, and in centimeters, I'm like 183. So
Oh.
that's very tall for a woman. And when I was young, I was the tallest girl in my class. And as I say in my TEDx, I never really thought that I fit in. I always thought that I was some kind of weird insect that was running around school. So, yeah, one day a teacher told me like, "Hey, we have a volleyball team here. You're really tall. Maybe if you join the volleyball team, you can start using like your body as a tool, so you can enjoy your sport, you can start developing it, etc." So I joined the school team, and what happened was that I started getting better and better, and then we went to a match, like a regular match with another school, back when I was in maybe 8th grade, something like that. And one of the coaches from the other team was also coach for the national Chilean volleyball team. And he
Oh.
saw me and he said, he spoke to my coach and he said, "Wow, this girl is really tall. I think we could use her potential. Could you, like, would you be up to me talking to her and asking her if she wants to at least go for a trial, like a trial out to the national volleyball team, etc." And my coach told me, I said, "Well, obviously, I would be happy to learn more about volleyball, which is something that I love very much, which is something that I do believe I have tools, like natural tools, which is my height." So I went to my first training, my first practice to the national volleyball team, and it was like a bunch of girls that were being recruited, and I just gave my best with all the tools that I had because I wasn't really technical. I was more of a tall girl that knew how to spike, but I wasn't really technical.
Mm.
And well, they saw potential and they told me, "Okay, come tomorrow." I went the next day. They saw potential again, and then they said, "Okay, I think we could start like making you come to practice every weekday. Like, would you be up to?" And I was like, "Okay, I'd love to." And that's where my journey started. I as I say in my TEDx talk, one of the first practices, I was like spiking a ball for 2 hours straight against the wall with a coach right next to me. And although in that moment, it was so exhausting and whatever, I knew that it was for me to be better. So
Mm.
I did it with like an open heart, and I was like, "Okay, I'm doing this because I know that I'm gonna be better and I'm gonna be a better spiker, etc." And then I knew that when I transferred that knowledge, like the hitting the ball against a wall towards the court, it would be a big result.
Wow. And then you found your success formula since then. You know the exactly what will lead you from point A to point B. Then you wrap your energy and your commitment, to continue that path, right? So how long have you been on the national team?
No, I'm not. I'm not on the national team anymore.
Mm.
Well, I've been in and out. Well, I was in and out. I stayed in the national volleyball team, the indoor volleyball team,
Mm.
for like 2.5 years, something like that. And then I started. I kept on playing through different like sports clubs here in Chile, and then I
Mm.
joined the university. And in university, I joined the volleyball university team, like the official volleyball university team, and I was there for my first 3 years, and then I changed to the university beach volleyball team, and I
Ah.
stayed there like 6 months, and then I was called in for the national beach volleyball team, and there I played like a year or so, and then the pandemic came here, and
Oh.
it struck the world, and we had to do our practices. It was like we had a physical trainer, and he was doing our practices like through like camera, like us, like Zoom.
Ah.
And well, it was to be honest, it wasn't really uh
Effective.
like yeah, Yeah, because and that's when every girl that was in the national beach volleyball team started like going out and whatever. Like the pandemic here in Chile, I don't know how it was back there in Vietnam, but here in Chile, it lasted like a year and a half because we like our sanitary measures were super super strict,
Oh,
and like we couldn't go out unless we had a specific permit. Not everyone was allowed to go out, so training or doing anything was super hard. Like you, for example, like it's not that I want to get into the pandemic or anything, but we have like specific permits. Like for example, you could go out for a walk from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then like from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it could only be like near your house or etc. Like you couldn't use this permit for another purpose. So
oh,
it was very
wow.
strict, and that's why I left it. But I still keep playing volleyball now. I played indoor volleyball last year and the year before that, and now I'm playing a little bit of beach volleyball. I still have volleyball in me. I love it.
And then, do you travel a lot back then before the pandemic to play with other teams?
When I was younger, I did travel a lot. I went to Peru, Guatemala. I also went to Argentina, Israel. I traveled. Yeah.
Wow. How many countries
Yeah.
so far you've been traveling?
For volleyball, I'd say like five maybe, but like family trips and everything, we've traveled a lot. We haven't gone to Asia though, and it's my dream, but it's really far away, as you know.
And
But I'm
you have
saving
a
it for
new,
a special occasion.
you have a new friend, a new family here, and if you decided to travel to this part of the world, you know who to call, okay? To this
Oh,
country.
thank you, huh? I will be for sure calling you if I go to Vietnam.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then I will make sure in my schedule to leave the schedule open to accommodate you when you come here. Okay?
Well, the same goes for you. You need to come to Chile.
Absolutely. Oh, I think it's very, very soon because my best friend is doing the wine importing from Chile. And 2 weeks ago, we had a celebration of the new brand that he been back here is Apala, the
Mm-hmm.
like the brand with the favorite animal in your country. So the Apala, I think is
Ah,
the yeah.
alpaca.
Apaga, yeah, yeah,
Alpaca.
yeah. So that is the brand that from Chile, and they bring the product here for my best friend to represent and distribute here. So you never know what coming in the future. So keep the journey open, right? Like our
Yes,
conversation today,
exactly.
my friend. So you represent for the national team. You travel, you play, and one day you realize that like you've been chasing something that not making you happy. What happened? What triggered that inside of you, Sophia?
Um, well, as I say in my TEDx talk, it was so I've always been really goal oriented.
Mm.
So it was at this point that, well, like the story that goes behind everything is that when I was in law school here in Chile, it's 5 years.
Mm.
And if you go on an exchange program, you extend those 5 years for five and a half. And then like it's a really long process. Like to be honest, it's like 7 years because you have the 5 years of study, the 6 months of like the state practice, and then the 6 months, or well, it's honestly like 8 months of preparation for the bar, like the Chilean bar exam. So it's a long ride, and I always wanted to be the first one. I always wanted to prove myself that I could be a sportswoman at the same time as being a lawyer. So I really wanted to prove that to myself. So I wanted to do everything quickly. And although I wanted to do everything quickly, I really wanted to go on an exchange program. So I said, okay, I'm
Mm.
going to go on an exchange program, and I'm just going to sacrifice those 6 months and just get out like later. What happened was that my exchange program was on the first semester of 2020 when the pandemic hit the world.
Oh. Uh,
Yes. So I got to stay 2 months in my exchange program, and I had to come back to Chile. when I came back to Chile, although I was super sad, and to be honest, it was a really sad period because I really wanted to do this. Like I had been wanting to do this for a long time, and my dream just crashed for something that wasn't even in my power. And when I literally opened the big picture, I said, well, I guess I'm gonna end university at the same time as my classmates. And I said, okay, but I really want to finish my exchange program as well. So university told us to the people that want to fulfill their exchange program and also do the mandatory courses here in Chile at the same time, you can do that, but it's under your own discretion. Like if you have classes at 3 a.m., you have to go to your classes at 3 a.m. and come to our classes at 8 a.m. And I said, okay, I want to grab this opportunity and I want to do it. So I did it. And I think from my generation, and I don't even know if other generations throughout university, but I'm sure that from our generation, I'd say it's like 5 to 6 people that did the same thing that as I did. And it was like 327 people approx that graduated the year. And of all that number, like 5 or 6 did the same thing that as I did and graduated the first one as I did. So I guess, as you can tell, I was running and I was running super fast. And then I got to this moment where I had to basically go to the Supreme Court and receive my lawyer title. And when I received it, I was like, okay, I'm so happy. I am the first woman of my generation to get my lawyer title. But I said, who cares? Like, do I even care? Like, why am I trying to pursue all these goals and be this amazing person when literally the only thing that makes people happy are connections, friends, knowledge? Like, why am I trying to make myself fit in a mold that I don't even know if I want to fit in?
Wow. Sofia.
Yeah, and that was the breaking point.
Yes. What age were you back then? At that moment?
I think I was 24 or 23.
23. Okay. It's very, like a very young girl to realize that wisdom of life at the moment of receiving the certification, the dream that she's been having for so long in her life, right? The first generation in the family to have the law degree and been fighting, been running for it to make sure that she get it on time. And by the time that she got it, she just realized that it's not worth all the running, all the chasing and stuff. And that's wisdom right there. So I want to bring you to that moment where you hold that degree in your hand with having that thought. What happened back then for you to having that thinking?
I'd say that what happened was that I thought that my life would change 180 degrees once I had my title. I thought that things would be different. I thought that opportunities would open, that life would taste different. Like in Chile, we have this saying that the bread would taste better on the next day. I thought that was going to happen. And honestly, we went with my family for brunch, and then with my colleagues back then, we went for lunch, and I was really happy. Everybody was super happy for me, and I was really happy. I'm so grateful that everybody was receptive for everything, and we did a celebration and everything. But in my heart, nothing really changed because I was still the same person. I just only had my title. And that was the point where I said, is this life's purpose? Like, do I need to keep chasing things and hoping that when I get the degree or when I get the prize, I feel different? And I'd say that if you connect this to, for example, my TEDx talk, and many people told me, like, what are you going to do after TEDx? Like, how are you going to feel? Like, everything's going to be different and all. And I said to everyone, I don't think anything is going to be very different from what it is now. Maybe I'll get more knowledge, but my life is going to keep on going the same because I just fulfilled something that it's making me happy. But that's not the end goal. Like, this is just a milestone in the road towards getting to a bigger goal, which would be communicating to people, and inspiring or helping, etc. And I'd say that mindset helped me very much when genuinely nothing really weird happened after TEDx. Because if I had imagined that I was going to be famous and that I would go to TEDx worldwide, or that I would go to TEDx Women, or go specifically to TED, I would have been very disappointed. Because nothing like that has happened right now. Although I really want that to happen, maybe in the future. I really know that I need to do different stuff to get there. But nothing has happened like automatically. And it's been really nice having this mindset of everything is okay. Nothing has really changed. We'll see what goes on. Instead of being like, okay, tomorrow I want everything to have changed. I want to be famous, you know?
And Sophia, when you have that kind of thinking, not a lot of people will support your ideas for that. I believe because become outliers where the world is running differently, and now you're running against the current. Okay.
Yes.
And so who did you come after for advices when you had that idea, that thought arising?
Well, no, nobody ever asked me this, and it's a really nice question because to be honest, like it's really deep answer because I always, throughout my life, I've always put all my decisions in hands of my parents, my sisters, my family, the other people's opinions, friends, etc. And this time I just believed in myself. And I didn't really communicate or ask for people's support until like the first stage. And that's when I said, you know what? I sent an application for TEDx. And you know what happened? A lot of people that I really love told me like, okay, but you're not going to do a TEDx talk. Like, it's really nice that you sent an application, but you're not going to get there. And I was like, okay, thank you for your insight, but I really want to try, and we'll see what goes on. And it was I wouldn't say a lonely ride because I had a lot of support, but a lot of genuine support came from myself and from believing in myself. And although I had a little bit of an imposter syndrome throughout the whole ride, I always said to myself, if, like, I don't know if you've heard this, but if you're even dreaming of it, it's because you can fulfill it. So I was like, okay, if it's even in my dreams, maybe it's because I can have it. And well, in the end, obviously, everybody was like, I knew that you were going to get there, and etc. And it was like, well, you didn't really believe in me, but okay. Yeah, and well, it's been a long ride to realize that, to be honest, the only person that it's gonna be right next to me throughout my whole life, it's gonna be me.
Wow. Since you were young, you will always stick your neck out for other people, for your sister, for the people around you. And then when you want to stick your neck out for yourself, it looked like people was not really there to fully engage and support. They support here and there, but not fully like you did. How do you feel, back then at that moment, truly?
Well, it was really sad because I really expected that people that I had given my all would support me as well. But you know what happened, and it's been a really interesting ride, that like things have shifted. People have come into my life. People have left my life. And the people that have come into my life, for example, I have new friends, and those new friends were the ones that supported me, told me like, you're going to get there. I know you will. Like Carla is one of my best friends, and she always believed in me. And yeah, I'm saying that there's some people that didn't believe in me, which would be the people that I always believed that would fulfill their dreams, and that's why I wish that they would believe in me as well. But there were other people that genuinely believed in me, and I started realizing that sometimes you need to gather around people that just they don't feel like turn like they don't feel like when the sun hits your eyes and you can see anything. You sometimes need to find people that don't feel that way when you start to shine. And I feel like I'm a kind of person that I don't get distracted, or I don't get like this when somebody starts to shine. I just open myself and it's like shine brighter, you know. And I found people that told me shine brighter, you can do more stuff, go and do it, you can. And things started shifting. I started telling different things to different people. I started realizing who I had to talk to when I wanted to pursue bigger goals, and who I had to talk to when I wanted to pursue maybe things that were more specific, more like related to work or related to sports, etc.
Wow. So Jim Rohn used to say that, our values are the sum of the 5 people that we associate most time with, right? So I'm curious because, the people we bring to our lives have a very, very big impact to to our life, the quality of life, the level of happiness, the level of success, the achievement, and the joy and everything in there. So for you, Sofia, how do you pick those 5 people into your life?
Well, I used to pick that people from a place of how much love we could give to each other. And now I'd say I pick those people with how much motivation and pride and love as well we give to each other. Like right now, I have a really good friend group. Like we're 3 friends, and the other day I told them that, like, I told them specifically this. You've heard this saying that whenever you get into a room, you need to be with the smartest people and you need to be the dumbest, something like that. Well, I told these friends, like, what happens with our friend group? It's that since we're always, the 3 of us, trying to get better and pursue more and be better, we're always somehow, in some point, the dumbest. And that is the best thing ever, because we're pulling each other up. And I pick those people, like I'm starting to pick those people with my heart, and to feel how these people feel about me, how I feel about them. It's been an interesting ride. I've fallen apart from some friends. Other people have come back to my life, and it's been so rewarding. So yeah, I'd say it's more of seeing my friends be successful, and they're seeing me successful, and we're all being happy. I'd say that's how I pick my 5 people. And obviously I try to be the dumbest in the room, because I know that I can learn from everyone. And also something that I really value is that I don't ever like categorize people. I feel like everybody in this world can give us something. Everybody can give us some knowledge, or they can give us a specific phrase that you say, that's what I was looking for. And I'd say that's the most important thing that I've learned, that everybody can give you something. And although I could have 5 people, I try to always open up my connections and to keep in touch with all my friends, just to hear about them, just to see what they're up to. How can I help them? How can they help me? How can we be of service to each other and give love and experience, and etc.
Sofia, there's a lot of people out there also walking the path alone, lonely, and not getting the support. And I think the people next to them also wanted to support them, but they're not knowing how to. All right. So the best way of giving the support is to tell them to stop that path and walk in the path that crowded by many people. So walking the road is clear and things that way. So on your path against, the current, on your path of creating yourself, you were lonely. You were able to summon your strength, your courage to continue that path, and that wisdom you need to share so that the people who are walking alone won't find themselves, won't feel themselves lonely, will be able to find your wisdom, your insights to help them having that energy, having that belief inside of them, expand that belief and continue walking.
Yeah, I'd say something that it's been really building in me, which and people laugh at me because I am a big fan of corals. You know, the sea corals. I'm a really
Mm-hmm.
fan of them, and people laugh at me and they're like, "Well, you're really obsessed." And it's like, yeah, I'm super obsessed because I realize that corals basically they grow by themselves. Like although they have the how do you say they have the soil to
Mm.
build it themselves, they build themselves from scratch every time they fall or whatever. And that's been basically my mindset of life, that I think that everybody has the power to build themselves if they fall, but they need a little bit of soil, and that soil, it's all these people, all these connections. It's even in this globalized world, it's even a TV show that tells us different phrases that we say, wow, that hit me, maybe I'm gonna go and do this, you know. And I'd say that's something that I feel it's really lacking in the world, because everybody can be the best versions of themselves. It's just inside of them, and sometimes they just need like a little kick of somebody that's going to tell you the exact same thing you need to listen, or you're going to see someone and they're going to make you remember of your grandpa, and then your grandpa had told you this, and that's a big connection of how you get to this insight. So I'd say, and actually I went and did a speaking event at my school, at my high school, and I told the little kids, like, you need to start living with your eyes open, because if you
Mm.
if you just go around like horses with blinders on, and you don't look at what's around you, you're never going to basically grow, you know. You need
Mm.
to open up yourself to other perspectives, to other people, and then yeah.
So what does Sophia do to open herself up, to have her eyes open?
um I always say yes, or I try to say yes. I'd say no, I'd say my magical tool is smiling. You don't even
Mm.
know how smiling and saying hello and being nice to people opens doors. I'd say that's the biggest thing, and receiving back a smile, it's another thing. I'd say that's what fulfills me every time. Um, and well, living with my life open is that I'm always like, if I walk towards some place, I I'm always attentive with my like little thingies on. I try to put on a little bit of my help if anyone needs it. For example, the other day I saw a friend, and he was telling me something about a new business that he's gonna be making, and I told him, I know I'm not like your lawyer, but if you ever want to help, you want some help, you can obviously call me. We can talk through the phone. Like, don't ever get scammed. I am here, you know, and that's how you get opportunities, because you start showing yourself to people. You start making people know that you're there for them, and if you're ever there for them, they're going to see other opportunities, and they're gonna tell you, hey Sofia, I just saw that there's a TEDx speaking event in El Rosario, do you want to go there? And that's how you start getting the opportunities. Like, I'd say that's how
Wow. So the
opening up
start
conversations.
open by smiling, open by open to sharing, open to supporting other people. Eventually, that positive chain of event will create
Yes.
opportunities, and opportunities will knock door to you, right?
No, and I'd say that one specific example that I really want to tell is that
Oh.
I was telling you that I met a friend in the street. I was walking towards the street, and then we bumped into each other, and he told me, yes, I'm doing this business, blah blah blah, and I'm looking for a partner in this energetic specific company. And I was like, let me check if I can find that person for you to connect with. And last night I went to a birthday party, and there was this person that I thought that he worked in this energetic company, and I was like, hi, um I remember that I think you worked in that energetic company. I was like, yeah, I just started working there a month ago. And I was like, there you go. And now I spoke to my friend, like, hey, I already got the contact that you were looking for. And that's how you open up your eyes. You just ask people what they're doing. You share what your knowledge, and yeah.
Wow. That, like earlier before this conversation, we talk and say, okay, that's the law of attraction. Okay, so
Yes.
yes, so what do you think you're attracting to your life, right? And it seems to you, Sophia, you are full tank of energy, positive energies in there. And that positive energy will always attract positive energies into your life, right? So how can you maintain that positive energies for that long to keep attracting great things to happen to your life? Share with us.
I'd say the way of attracting this positive energy is, first of all, staying around people that are positive as well, and that root for you. And the second thing that I've seen that helps the positive energy to go through is that when you have a bump in the road, or when you fall, or when you get into a problem or anything, you, instead of like grabbing it and put it under the rug, you need to either cry it out, talk it out, or just try and solve it, or not solve it, but just feel the problem. Because if you feel it, it's not going to get stuck inside of you. And if you get that energy stuck inside of you, then you stop this current of positive energy, and trying to not wish the bad on people, trying to do gratitude exercises. For example, one thing my brother-in-law told me once was, when you envy people, what you do is that you drink the venom, hoping for them to make effect, and it's actually making effect on you when you start envying people. And it's been something that, to be honest, it's been with me for a long time. Like, if you start comparing yourself, if you envy people, you're getting, like, the venom is inside of you, not inside of them. Like, they don't even know that you hate them, you know?
Uh,
And I'd say solving, like feeling would be the best way of going this positive route around. And smiling, to be honest, smiling is one of the best things for the law of attraction. And I
wow.
really do believe in the law of attraction and manifestation and all of this, because I think that everybody has the power to get the life they want.
Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, my wife and I, we've been on the quest to help people to improve their ability to think. So every time, every conversation like this, I always ask and use the opportunity to ask our guests on how they've been expanding their ability to think. So for you, Sophia, over the years, what did you do to expand your thinking capability?
Um, well, to be honest, reading a lot. People laugh at
Reading.
me because I read self-help books, and people laugh very much at me. But to be honest, I'd say that I'm getting good results. Reading a lot of books, watching, maybe, for example, following people on social media that you believe that are on the path that you want to join. Um, Talking to people, like, what happens, the law of attraction is really magical, because you somehow get connected to people that are in the same path as you,
Hmm.
and sometimes believing that, and starting creating the structure that you want to look for, makes you attract the people that can help you and give you that, like us meeting was purely law of attraction,
Beautiful. Yeah.
because I can see that you have a really pure soul, and it makes me glad that we can be living in different parts of the world, like literally on the other side of the world, and still be connecting in this way.
Yeah, yeah. And I believe that that law of attraction will help us to expand our works and spread it further. Because, like you say, it's a pure attention to helping people to flourish. And I love what you do. And my job is to make sure that I become a part of that journey to keep it accelerate further. Okay. I have a few last questions for our conversation today. So
Yeah.
we know the past already, and and you mentioned one thing during the conversation that's really important, that get yourself into the room of the people who are smarter than you, but always be the dumbest person in the room. So, and in this world, so many people out there are trying to be outsmart other people, trying to say things that wise, trying to show how smart they are, and don't want to be seen as a dumb person. So, but being dumb in the room giving you a lot of opportunity to learn and to grow. So it's a character right there. So how can I come into a room and be the dumb person in the room?
I'd say by being humble.
Mm.
That's the biggest lesson I've learned in my life. When you go into a room, you're in some kind of way, you're always going to be the dumbest because everybody knows stuff that you don't. And the thing is that you need to look where is the stuff that those people know that you don't. And that's the point of being the dumbest in the room, learning from each other. And I'd say that being humble is the biggest tool. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the humblest person in the world. When I go to my house, I'm like, yes, I rock. And my sister and my mom laugh and they're like, well, your ego's a little high. And it's like, you're my family. Like, what do you care? You know I'm humble. You know I'm humble outside. But yeah, by being humble would be the nicest way to allow yourself to be the dumbest in the room, knowing that you don't know it, you don't know everything.
Mm.
If you ever get into a place and you say, well, I'm the best person here and I'm the professional and I'm the expert, well, to be honest, it could work in your specific area of expertise. Like if I go to a meeting with a client and I'm the lawyer, of course I'm going to be probably the expert on law. But if this client works in the winery industry, I'm not going to be the expert on that. And I can't pretend to be the expert on that and be the smartest in the room. I'm not going to be the smartest. And probably regarding that topic, I'm going to be the dumbest. And probably regarding law, I'm not going to be the smartest either, because there's ChatGPT and there's Google and there's everything. Like there's a lot of tools that can outsmart you. So, yeah.
Wow. That's the power of humble, or being humble. So the last question for this conversation today, is beautiful conversation so far, is I want to know a little bit about the future. Okay, so we know the past, the present, and congratulations on the TEDx again. So it for sure will open many different pathway for you to explore opportunities. Then the opportunity was you who created that opportunity to write the application and send it to to TEDx for it to happen. So I congratulate you, and I want to say, that's a very big achievement that you did. Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anything on the horizon in the near future that exciting and you want to share with me, with the audience, so that we can celebrate with Sofia in advance?
Anything in the near future? Well, I'd like to keep on going to speaking events and inspiring people. I've seen that a lot of high school students get inspired with the stories that I tell them. So I'd say that would be the first part, trying to position myself as a valid speaker regarding purpose of life's topics. And the second part is, since I am an executive coach, I'm trying to build like something like my own company. And well, that's going really slow and I cannot say much because it's really starting. But I'm planning that the digital platform that I'm trying to build, it's going to be a really amazing tool for everybody out there. And it's going to be able to help a lot of people achieve their goals and be better versions of themselves and yeah, fulfill everything that they ever wish for.
Wow. See, you are the person with the purpose. The big purpose is to I put in here is helping people to achieve the best in their life, right? and you are humble. You have everything to make it happen. And the universe will bring the people, will bring the energy, will bring the resources that will help you to make it happen. And I'm sure it will happen. So Sophia, thanks a lot for doing your best, bring your best to help people, not just in your country but all over the world now. So I wish that journey will bring you a lot of joy, a lot of new friendships, and a lot of new smiles to make sure that your smile will be lighter, brighter every day, and you help people to do the same. Okay?
Thank you very much, for you. Thank you very much to you for making me join this episode podcast. And for you to for helping people also from your own side of the sidewalk, helping people expecting nothing from them. Thank you very much for being that kind of person in the world, because we really need more of those. So thank you very much, and thank you for wishing the best for me. I wish for you all the best in the world, for you to get to every country in the world. And if you ever need my help getting there, please count on me. I'm gonna be available forever.
Thank you very much. And then if you travel to this part of Asia,
I'm
you know who
going
to
to.
call. Yes.
I'm going to.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Sophia, have a wonderful day. Say hello to your sister, your parents, and your friends there, and spread the message. Okay? So, spread your
Wait,
smile often. Yes,
can I take a picture of us together?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna
Thank
upload.
you.
Thank you so much, This was such a fulfilling conversation. Seeing your energy. Your energy is really pure. I can tell that. I can tell that you have a really pure heart. That you really want to do the best for the world. I'd love to meet your wife. I think
Yeah,
you both do a really good job. Like
she will love to meet you too in person also. Okay?
I think I'm gonna have to go to Vietnam now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, my friend, I need to let you go to
Yes,
see the person that you had an appointment. So we will talk again in the future. We will
yes,
meet again
yes.
sometimes. Okay?
I'd be happy. Bye,
Yeah.
Take care.
You take care.